What's today? Today is the middle 15th of December. We left off with cleaning up the garden and cutting back the perennials. This is December 15th, and even though this soil has been turned over once, I've probably stepped on it and the rain has smushed it down a little bit, so I'm just loosening it up a little bit where I'm going to plant. Loosen it up, and that's so great for the plants. They love this because they're going to get air to the roots. I want the soil to feel crumbly like that, with not big chunks of clay in it. If you can help it, the first year you're allowed some chunks of clay. But after a few years of adding compost and lava rock, if you need it, but mostly compost to the garden, it'll look like this. So you want to get the good compost from an independent garden center or from a landscaper supply that has good compost, and you want it to have some kind of manure in it, or mushroom compost, or something with nitrogen in it that's going to feed the plants. And that's what's important. So this is Nicotiana lime green. If you see our catalogs, you know that I use tons of it in the garden because it goes with everything, and everything you plant it with. The colors get brighter when they're contrasted against lime green flowers. Whenever I plant even from 4-inch, I loosen up the roots. Don't be afraid to do this. It doesn't hurt them. They like that. And it helps the roots to go out, which is what you want your plants to do. You want the roots to go out into the soil. The more the roots go out into the soil, the more bigger your foliar mound will be, the more stems you're going to get, and the more flowers you're going to get for a longer time because the plant is happy. If you have clayish soil, make a hole like at least twice the size of this root ball and a little bit deeper. So I'm just going to put this in here like that and put that loose, wonderful soil all around it. And if it was annuals after I was done, and you'll see that later, I would put Sluggo down immediately to protect the plant from snails. Nicotianas, also known as flowering tobaccos, bloom forever here. So if it starts blooming in January, that doesn't bother me because I know it's going to bloom all the way at least to June or July. One of my tools. Here you see a sweet pea. I planted these a few weeks ago. For spring bloom, they should be planted in the fall up to January to bloom in April. So we should start tying it up because we want it to go up this trellis, and it'll be so beautiful for spring. We're putting compost around the sweet peas because that'll make them grow way, way better in the wintertime. Sweet peas are hardy annuals. And hardy annuals like to grow during the winter, so they like compost during the winter time. So it's like 1/2 inch to 1 inch of good quality compost, not box store compost. And from the wineries, it's grapeseed compost. So we love it because it works like manure. It greens things up in a couple of days, and it's really beautiful. It's black, and it doesn't have any weed seeds in it, and it doesn't stink. Hooray! And so this is Sluggo. We love Sluggo. I personally think it's the greatest invention in gardening in the last 100 years. It's non-toxic. It doesn't hurt animals. It tells you on the back of the bottle how much to put on there, but I put on way more than they say because it's really important to me that my plants not get eaten. So if it's really raining, and it's just raining day after day, I put the Sluggo down about once a week because it does get smushy and sort of disappears. So people will tell me, well, I put Sluggo down, but it doesn't work. But the thing is, you have to put it down often if it's raining a lot. All right, now I'm putting in some 2 Campanulitellum beauties. I have one right here, one big one right here, which was beautiful last spring. They always say to plant in groups of 3 to 5. Because it gives more impact in the garden. It makes it look more professionally gardeny. And right behind them, I'm putting in Scabiosa Fama Blue. They bloom from spring through fall and even winter. They never stop blooming. And they're tough and they're beautiful. So they're a good bang for the buck plant. One plant, you get a lot of flowers, especially if you deadhead it. And I like plants close together, and I like them to fight it out, see who wins. And you don't really have to worry too much about perfect placing of the plants because they're going to change shape as they grow, and they're going to, spread out. And as long as you get them in the general area, that's okay. You don't have to obsess about the exact spot that they go in. So this is the last one here. And you want the crown of the soil, the top of the soil, to be, of course, flush with your garden soil. And see, these are scabiosas from last year, from last spring I put in. And so proof positive that it's a perennial and it doesn't die in the winter. And it's even, it's even budding now, being California. It'll bloom in the winter. So that's why I like it, because it's a reliable perennial. And this is the blue Campanula Tellum Beauty, which makes big blue campanula bells. So there's going to be a massive blue here. And everybody loves blue, so you can't go wrong with blue. Look at all these plants. The nursery is a sea of plants right now in December. And I am totally amazed every day that I walk around here, because once upon a time this started in my backyard. All right, so a few more plants that I'm planting now during the winter time is that hollyhock right over here, right there. This is a verbascum. You definitely want to put verbascums in no later than January. Canterbury bells right here. They're biennials, so they won't bloom until the next spring. So here I've just planted these columbines. You definitely want to get these in as early as you can. The best time to plant them, again, is the fall through the winter. They'll have time to put down big roots, spread their roots out, start putting out a whole bunch of foliage, and then in spring go with tons of flowers. And these are annuals. I have just marking my spots of where everything's going to go right now. Perennials in fall to winter, and the annuals will go in for April bloom. They'll go in February. Huh? What? What, Rosie? What?